So today's video is going to be on New Year's resolutions. I know we all have them, we all make them, most of us don't keep them, but it gives you something to work towards throughout the year. So I thought I would start the year off with my New Year's resolutions for 2017. So I had a whole big list of things I wanted to do, but I just don't think it's realistic. I have 2 kids under 2. My life is pretty crazy with work. I have my own company, so I'm trying to manage that, the household, cleaning, cooking, mom stuff. And of course, having my 2 kids is my priority. So I'm going to narrow it down to three resolutions that I have for myself for this year. Some of you moms may be able to relate. Some of them, it may be a little different based on the content. So I'm going to jump right in and start with my New Year's resolutions. So number 1 is going to be learn another language. More specifically in my situation is to learn Spanish. So a little bit of a background, my husband is Peruvian, and before we had kids, we both agreed that when we did have kids, that we wanted to raise them bilingual. So we wanted them to both be fluent in English and Spanish. But for that to work, it would make sense for me to speak Spanish as well. I only speak English, so I had to work on that. At this point, my Spanish is limited to, I know basic words, foods, items, objects, colors, things like that. And I could probably put together, say, 2 to 3 word phrases or sentences. Nothing fancy, but definitely, child level. So my oldest son, Dominic, he is almost 2 years old. He'll be 2 years old in March, which is crazy to me. But he is so smart. He's like a sponge. So he's already saying, I would say, just as many words, if not more words in Spanish than he is in English. So he's just flying on through this, speaking 2 languages, and I'm going, holy crap, what if he surpasses me and then I'm just lagging behind and I have no idea what's going on. So to avoid my confidence taking a big plummet, I decided that I'm really going to actively work on getting my Spanish perfected this year. So that's goal number 1. By the end of the year, I think I will do a follow-up to let you know if I actually came through with my resolutions or if it just went down the toilet. But this is a biggie because we also have another son, Mateo. He is he's 6 months old. So I really, I want him as well to speak Spanish. And if I can't do it and both my kids can, then I'm just too lazy to figure it out. So that's a big one for me. Number 2 would to be more social. So being a mom it's an interesting change to your life because I don't know, maybe if it's just me, but from other moms I've talked to, when you become a mom, you kind of start to see who your real friends are and who your fake friends are. I guess you can call them fake. I don't really know if there's a better word for it, but they're the friends that kind of just take off. They kind of fall off the radar. Your life changes, your priority changes when you have a kid. And I guess maybe some people can't relate to that and they just distance themselves. So that happened to me a lot. I can honestly say I have a handful of friends who call me to talk and who come visit me. Another tidbit about my life is about just before my youngest son, who's 6 months old, before we had him, we moved to a house in a smaller town, about an hour and 15 minutes away from the city. Again, we have a handful of friends who've actually come to visit us, so it is quite lonely in this town at times. We don't really have any friends here yet. Didn't know anybody here. It's literally just me, my husband, and my kids. So once again, can be kind of lonely here. So I don't want to just have friends who, look up on Facebook or social media and see how I'm doing and look at my pictures and think that's sufficient enough for a friendship. I really want to have friends, who stick around and, show up when, good and bad, for fun events, who actually want to spend time with you. And that's a really, really important thing for a mom. I mean, I think we all crave that, adult conversation that doesn't include about dirty diapers and babies. You just want to, be an adult. So that is my goal number 2 for this year, especially in this town, to make more friends. So lastly, my 3rd resolution for this year is to be more positive. And that's kind of a given. I mean, who doesn't want to be positive, right? I found that 2016 just straight up, it just kicked my ass. I went through a roller coaster with my pregnancy, with moving, with all the changes that were happening in my life, not just, our direct family, my family, on both sides of my husband and my side of my family. We had a lot of stuff that happened and went on, and it was really overwhelming and just kind of suffocating. You just take on all this crap, and I'm a very sensitive person, so it's hard for me to just let go of a lot of things that I really should let go of. So I think the breaking point would be when, my husband or friends, make comments about negative energy or, my attitude and stuff, and I just kind of gives you a reality check. You don't want people to see you like that. So especially my kids are, they're observing everything that's happening. They're, very in tune, they're very sensitive. They're a lot like me in that way. So I don't want them to, have all these visions of mom, having an angry face or being upset or just not smiling enough. So in the grand scheme of things, little arguments don't matter, little comments and feuds really just are too insignificant. Life is too short and too precious. So this year I'm going to make a very strong effort to be more positive. I want to give more positivity back to people and to the others that are close in my life, as well as take more in for myself. So whether that means I, affirm every morning, positive things I want to set for myself for the day, positive goals, or read an uplifting self-help kind of book once a week, or even writing little notes to myself. I know it kind of sounds silly, but I've heard of a lot of people who write little love notes to themselves, or positivity notes. One of my girlfriends, one of my close friends, she writes little positivity notes on her mirror every day, not just for her but for her husband, and I think it is the cutest thing in the world. I always said I was going to do it and never did, so this is my chance to really make an effort to bring more positivity to my life and my family's life, because it's all interconnected. It's all going to matter. How I feel is how they feel. So those are my 3 big resolutions. I would love to hear your resolutions, plans and thoughts and ideas you have for how you're going to change yourself for the better, or change your year and make it better and bigger and more vibrant than last year. So feel free to comment below. Don't forget to subscribe and to like my videos, and we will definitely have more videos to come this year. So thank you for watching. Bye now.